let us be reminded that a lot of my, content for right now can't necessarily be the loudest because this valuable, very cherished silence that you're hearing is so rare in this environment, wholesome family energy shit that sometimes it's either I could do it downstairs or I could do it, right in here. I'd rather do it in here because, just a smooth transition. But ultimately, what I mean? If you can't hear it, then just turn me up or, comment in the comments that you can't hear me. Outside of that, um, let's get into let's get into NXT. Let's get into Raw and SmackDown. How we doing this, man? It's Neon. It's popping with you. I'm glad that you're still here watching. You know what I mean? Like, decided to pull up yet again. So, do the favor. Um, we believe in that we're gonna have 100,000 subscribers. The same way that the company believes that they have a creative section. So everybody wants to believe in something, right? So let's believe in that. So how did we get NXT, man? We're gonna get into the NXT thing, then we're gonna do SmackDown, then we're gonna get into Raw. I wanna say we should do Raw last week, but I was kind of feeling the previews, honestly. I don't really wanna. I really don't feel like talking about damn Raw. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just talk about the previews. I mean, there wasn't too much bad stuff that I care to complain about. You know what I mean? But just because I don't really care to complain about it doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't really like good. Because it wasn't the best stuff, but I wasn't going crazy about it. But let's get into this, man. What we got on NXT? We got Drake and Gibson taking on. Oh, they issued a challenge, or they took an issue with the new champions. Pardon me. Just got up. It's about 8 something on this side. You know what I mean? Like, we about right, but we came out here for y'all make this happen. And I get to talk a little bit of shit later, which I will. Not to anyone in particular, but don't worry. In time, in time. I forgot my camera yesterday with my extracurriculars, so it sucks that I don't really have any footage to upload or even look at about myself when I does this. My personal things. You know what I mean, that I could share with some of you guys, but it'll all it'll all come together when the time is correct for itself. So enough of this extra shit, man. We 3 minutes in. Let's get to it. So GYV, like, I'm not really about to go into the super details of this segment because I'm pretty sure I already did. You were watching, right? Or you got one of your podcasters that you rely on at this point that you definitely can go to and get the information if you want it. Keep it real. I fall asleep on most of these guys, respectfully. You know what I mean? It's only like one or two that's worth any of the time. And I mean, I've already spoken on who might be worth the time, but, you know, even then I realized where my opinions don't really match up with a lot of these cats. So, only one or two for real, for real. But either way, let's get into this, man, because Drake and Gibson, I like them. I think they're a great team. I feel like they need to be given a little bit more. They've been around for such a long time now. But this is all part of this slow process. Grizzly Young Veterans was a cute name, but, Triple H's NXT was, it was a lot of things thrown at the wall. It wasn't like everything he was doing was completely golden. You know what I mean? Like, it was like certain things was like we just gotta wait. And that's really what I'm seeing here with Drake and Gibson. Like, just kind of gotta wait. They had an angle going, but it was still like a kind of hokey angle. Even though it was based on serious stuff, it's like I want to like it, but then you're making it go comedy. But it does have like some really, really like deep elements in it with just how these guys, they were getting a little covert. That could turn into something serious down the line, but you got to get a better name. Then you're gonna shorten it. Nobody's even gonna understand what that means. So then you just go with Drake and Gibson. Drake and Gibson might as well be, What's these cats, Brooks and Jensen, right now, because that's just what they do. Like, that's kind of the dead giveaway to creative not really having anything creative going on at the moment. I'm not even gonna call them creative. We call them inventive. These guys are okay if you got they're a great tag team, but then when you got like a name and your name, it's like it's just person and this person. That's not a tag team name. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, it kind of throws it off. Pretty deadly. It's like a complete opposite. But man, I don't like their tops. I think that's what it is. It's like they went to UK and got two Ziggy clones. Like, who's your favorite wrestler growing up? Nick Ziggler. Like, what? Don't you mean Dolph? Like, oh, we say it differently in the UK. But I mean, I'm not crazy about the gimmick, but they clearly could go in the ring, man. They know all of this stuff, and as far as that old school shit that's looked for, and you know, favorably looked upon, I can I can see where these guys are. I'll give them some time. I'm gonna give them about a month. See how this little run do. Giving, attempting to give the title something, but whatever. Braun Breaker, Joe Gacy. Excuse me. All right, Joe Gacy's doing okay. Braun, he's fine. Like this is, it's like first of all, let's just say it like this: a lot of old school main roster Bray Wyatt vibes. I think Gacy could pull this off, like he's being like weird, and then Harlan's right there in the cut. You know what I mean? So it's just really, it's good for him. Like right now, I like the direction this character is going. And I don't want to say take it up and down a peg, but right now, let's just see how crazy it gets. Don't get too crazy though, because it'll turn people off. It's already getting there, the laughing and all that. Like it's creepy, but it's not even like it's not turned off TV yet, but it's definitely getting there. Like the laugh shit is damn near turned down TV, but it was funny. Like I laughed at it, but it's still like, let's do better, bro. I'll do some more, and then that whole shit at the end with Braun and him, I guess we'll get to. But Braun is okay. He's champion. He's doing what he can. Then he was mad backstage. Okay, cool. Tiffany Stratton and Saray. I didn't get to see that. We need this. I think both of them need it. I don't know how much progress either one of them have made. I've been hearing pretty solid things. If they still going, and there's a level of trust for them both. I like them both. I feel like Stratton has a gimmick that can potentially work if you start to tweak it, because bratty rich kid shit is a level. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be able to really pull that shit off, and she's, as far as from what I seen with that. What else was Stratton? I haven't really seen too much, but like I said, the fact that she's even still making TV is okay. And Saray came in from what, if I can recall correct, shortly before Stratton. It was just nothing going on with her. Stratton was still getting like the video packages or something like that. Or what was that? The Frankie Monet character. You see, they trying to get that off the ground, like just that element. So whatever. People not going, they're going crazy over Saray, but I think Saray is necessary. Like keep her around. Why not? Like she's, you know what I mean? Like I think she's solid, man. Like you got to funnel through. You know what I'm saying? Like hourglass vibes. Everybody wants to get through to the other side, so we just gotta wait. And with all of the directions and such like that, that everything's been going in with the transitions and all that. I'm glad that these people are still around and getting their shots. What do we got? Grayson Waller beats Sanga, so not another thing anymore. Grayson Waller looks like he could fly on his own when it comes to that situation with him and Sanga. And then Sanga kind of was just around, just being an enforcer, not really, doing too much of nothing. I wasn't feeling that. And what was it? Sanga Strowman? Braun Sanga? That's what everybody's talking about? He definitely looked like Braun Strowman. He looked like a Punjabi Braun Strowman. And I don't want to say Punjab without knowing his culture or whatever, but it's kind of like, you got to go one of them directions, man. Like, all of these cats belong with gender right now. I mean, India, Pakistan, skin tone, right? But that's not a racial thing, at least not not an attemptedly offensive one. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is what the chairman does. You know what I mean? With most characters, but whatever. Like, oh, you guys look alike. Put the titles on them. What else we got here? Did I miss anything? Legado del Fantasma defeated Drake and Gibson. I thought that was bullshit, but Legado's fine. That was a good match, solid match. And we already said what we needed to say about Drake and Gibson. Cruz del Toro. The only reason why I'm gonna take it is because it's a cooler sounding name than Raul Mendoza. That's the only reason why. Outside of that, it is what it is. Carmelo Hayes defeated Santos. Two solid acts. And then Santos and Tony D'Angelo are going into one. I feel like Santos needs that victory. But, if Tony wins, then that really solidifies the Don thing. And really low key might be time for a call up to the main roster between with Legato. I feel like they could be another really good stable, but at the same time, I'm really not trying to see no more call ups in a little while because that shit always goes in the dirt. Yeah, like bring somebody down from the main roster and feud with them if there's nothing else for them. But I don't know. I wouldn't even super recommend that. Just like they good where they at. It's like you want to see more for them, but all we could do is be patient. So they go that. And then what? Hayes and Mello in the ring. Amazing how Mello, pardon me. Hayes and Trick in the ring. Good promo after the fact. Natty and Tatum Paxley. Oh, Natty beat Tatum Paxley. Didn't even see the Natty match. That sucks. But wait, or did she? Maybe she was in there fast. I can't even remember that one. But Natty being back on deck is fine. Paxley is dope. I remember her and Ulisa Leon in that in the women's Dusty Cup, if my memory serves correct. They was solid, like a very very solid match. Like on some, oh they can really go. Maybe you should get them in the ring. Everybody could go. So I'm glad they was ready for TV. Let's just see what we get after that. Oh, and then we got the Roxy debut also, but that's a whole nother thing. Either way, before we get into Roxy and JC Jane, which I'm actually a fan of singles competitors doing, what tag team competitors doing the singles matches. Like everybody on the team could fight. But at the end of the day, let the people that book the product figure all that stuff out. But I'm still saying like, whatever, man. Alright, Wesley Zion Quinn. Zion. One of my guys I listen to called him Exxon. Like, bro, do better. But like, respectfully, just like, come on, son. But we'll get to all of that. Wesley Zion. I mean, I definitely called it out last week. Go check. I said West probably needs a little storyline where he's on some bullshit, but nah. Zion needed the win, but Wesley should have got it. If Wesley starts snapping on anything, it makes perfect sense, and he gonna need the win on anything he make a move on. Can't be running and beating up the biggest things, but just from my own personal space, there's more things that I do within the realms of like forms of combat scenarios and such like that, whether it be like my idea of real life or PlayStation with my people or whatever, which I guess eventually we'll get into. It's like, yo, bro, you can't just be coming in here trying to take on everybody, but at the same time, you can't just be coming in like not snapping on shit neither. Like if you snapping, then you gotta win. They're gonna give Zion a win to make Wesley look like what? Should look like it's trash by association. And that whole thing with Nash, man, at this point, give it some time. Nah, just think about it. Nah, man, it was definitely a jumped gun, but don't be out here hailing like that. That's crazy. You young, then make dumb decisions. We move forward. I feel like the door should stay open for a Nash Carter return. MSK be fire. Wesley looked great by himself, though. Speaking of looking great by themselves, even though they're on a team, JC Jane, I wasn't a crazy fan of the match. Roxanne Perez didn't really show everything she could do, but they both handled themselves correctly and professionally. Excuse me. All I could ask for in a developmental show, like we're not sitting here holding them to like the same standards as I will hold, certain superstars on the main roster, or other fans would hold, wrestlers in other promotions and such like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really looking for, the 5-star matches per se. I'm just looking for 100% effort, and that's what we're seeing, even if we're not getting the most crisp and clean wrestling moves. Like, man, look at this person try to build their star power or watch it fizzle out. As far as complaining about it, I mean, if you're complaining about this, either you shouldn't be watching or you a gimmick. Like, you don't need to watch if you're gonna complain. Oh, well, some people complain because they love it, and some people are completely justified in that. Let that be known and very clear. However, I mean, if you're not being a part of the solution, then what are you? Problematical? Yeah. So, I mean, this is why a lot of the opinions of, the vocal minority go ignored and will probably remain ignored until their gimmick shifts, which it won't. So, we'll just continue to see how, that funnels into the swirly. Now, what happens next? Pretty Deadly, Dexter Lumis, Duke Hudson. What do they call themselves? Hudson and Parada. Doozy. Not bad. I ain't even mad at that one. Pretty Deadly. I just can't stand their tops. But that's it. And I have to nitpick on something. But that's literally it. Outside of that, they've got everything else that, like I said, they're looking for. So is that the main event? No, it was not. Gacy gave the ring back and then threw him off the perch. And then a bunch of druids came through and started dancing over him with the robes open. Like, did they eat him? Like, find out next time on NXT 2.0. So that was last week's, and then we got SmackDown. So, I'm really not crazy about SmackDown right now, man. SmackDown was fun before, SmackDown was popping before, but now SmackDown is just starting to turn into whatever's on TV. Like, everybody needs their shots, and some of the wrestling is good, but at the same time, some of the commentary is like really, really, really garbage on purpose, and it's like, what the hell? Like, this is like, it makes me feel like they're just getting paid to say things just off the strength of getting paid. So I'll say whatever you need me to say, boss. The competition isn't better, boss. Probably not. I don't watch the comp. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a loyalist, so I stick with the team. But I'm saying, like, I'm really not going crazy about a lot of this shit I'm seeing on SmackDown right now. Like, I low-key want to skip most of this show and just jump straight to the Raw preview. But, I mean, who's talking Raw? I mean, a bunch of people's talking Raw, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not about to sit here and do all that. Okay, Ronda Charlotte, table, kendo stick underneath, little quick setup, Adam Pearce, Drew Gulak as helper. Who got the most out of this segment? Charlotte came out looking like a sexy janitor in disguise. Pierce was fine. Ronda. I think I'm probably in the minority with actually liking when Ronda comes out. I don't care about all the extra smiling shit. I don't care about none of that. Baddest woman on the planet. So everybody's gonna have their opinion about his stock. We all know that she's a mom, and Shawn Charlotte's promo was a little crazy. You know what I mean? Like, direct claps on Ronda. Direct claps on Ronda. But for me, I'm glad that they're not having an actual match no more. Now with the little I Quit match, it's a lot more of the scruffies that they could get into. So we're just going to see what the match looks like now. If you don't want to see the sloppies and you want to see sports entertainment ballet, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see I want to see a cat fight. And I need that shit outside of the parameters of a regular sports entertainment wrestling match. So, an I Quit wrestling match between these two very aggressively hot blondes. Please, please. Charlotte fixing the bra. That's a hilarious gimmick. Like it was like 10 nip slips from Charlotte at Mania. So it was like, alright, I get it. Nobody wants to really, you know what I'm saying. I also be peeping a little bit of the edgy talk as soon as like I just hear certain triggers pulled on wording in the community, and I mean because I know that whoever needs this is probably never gonna get it. I really feel like you can't talk crazy about creative if you lack that juice yourself. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother ball game in itself. So, yo, man, Ronda's alright because see, I'm about to start getting into the cat fight myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's pointless. Either way, we got Woods and Butch. Backwoods is a great move, but to justify a roll up victory, okay, cool. Now, what we going to do is look to how many times it's been frowned upon to do the same spot in a match or throughout a show. If one person does a kip up in a match and then we see a kip up 3 more times, by the time we get to the third or fourth kip up, the third person, the fourth kip up, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, by the time we get to that, it's going to be dried out. So, when it comes to these roll up victories, when it comes to these disqualification victories, when it comes to these easy outs that they're taking, I'm not a huge fan of some ways, but then at the same time, it's like, all right, you know, we can deal with trying to move the story forward in that regard, maybe a DQ victory. But the reliance on the roll up victory is damn sure just as high and obvious as the reliance on old stars to come in and bolster WrestleMania. You can't go throughout the whole year hoping to rely on people that don't even be there throughout the whole year. My point is, when you're doing a roll up victory, you can't do that again later on. Because now this roll up victory is actually a finishing maneuver. So it's like, or a signature move, whatever. Like, but if you're doing it like that, then you gotta find other creative ways to end the match. But who wants to make Woods strong? They made Woods not even king no more. But we all know. I mean, like, you gonna have Corbin be a king for a year and then still have a clearly running gimmick that it transitioned. Like, King Corbin, what was it? I don't even care what Kathy call that shit. Like, whenever he was like at his lowest or whatever you want to call it, and then this happy Corbin transition. It was like he was a king, then shit went left, and I motherfucking hit it rich. Woods was king, and then Roman Reigns because he had nothing better to do. So why isn't Woods going for the championship? Oh, because it doesn't seem believable. But then we're going to give him the unbelievable finisher with the unbelievably great name. But at the same time, like, he's not getting a championship shot. But then we're going to keep on filtering in the same finishing move. Like seat of the pants, airlines. Shit needs to change, man. Whatever. Butch, though, I like the Butch gimmick. I like the Butch gimmick. Other people not gonna like it. I mean, one of the more popular ones in the community like to call this little scrappy do gimmick, and it's like, so you want good matches, but then you want what? Like, what are you looking for exactly? You can't say you want something creative, and then when the attempt is given to you, you're gonna continue to complain about it, and that's mainly for the entire community. Like, there's a reason why most of the community is like seen as the vocal minority that is clearly ignored. Like, you're not trying to go about this in a way to get the people that matter to listen to you. The fans clearly matter. They're the lifeblood. But if you're not getting any, like, antibodies and shit to listen, if you're not getting anything that's going to affect change, like, you can get the blood to listen. Is you going to get the heart to listen? Is you going to get the brain to listen? Is you going to get the stomach to listen? You're not doing any of that. All you're doing is getting the voice to listen. And it's like, you can't listen and talk at the same time, and that's what the vocal minorities do. All at the bottom of the barrel, yapping each other up. Oh no, this is good. Oh no, this is good. Oh, this is great. And this is why I'm like, look, 10 of y'all can subscribe. Stick around, man. We're gonna talk some realer shit than most, if not mostly all of these guys. Because it's like I said, it's only like one or two that could actually, in my opinion, hold a candle to exactly the direction the superstars need to go. If you need a recap on the show, oh, and then Gunther beat Teddy Woods, and he held him in the arm drag, and then he put him with the arm lock, and then he did this after that, and watch the show, and then come see me. You want to go get a recap on the show? Go to them. You know what I mean? And that's respectful to them, unless they trying to actually throw hands, because I don't do this screen shit. All this screen talk, all this screen chatter, I don't do this. Like, I does this to talk this. But all that extra shit, like, internet drama niggas, I'll come find you. Like, or I'll make you come find me. You know what I mean? Like, I'll riddle my address up. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of O's and ones. You know what I'm saying? And then you just figure that out on some Uso shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm the motherfucking one. Period. But whatever, though. So, what do we got here? Riddle and Jay. I mean, I wasn't crazy about it, but the alternating matches, the interchangeable matches, like, this is the title program. Like, both teams fight each other in a mixed and mingled, stipulated with some non-injury making match type stipulations, instead of just having one person fight this person, and then this person will fight that person, and then they'll switch. Then they switch next week, and then they'll alternate. Now, like, have them fight a handicap one, and have them throw in some crazy ass rules in between, like, because this whole anything your team, anything y'all can do, I can do better, or my team can do better. It's like promos, Arcade Bro and Usos like necessary, but at the same time, it's gonna have to move forward eventually. I wouldn't want to see Arcade Bro break up, but at the same time, like, because I think this is one of Randy's better runs. I think it's one of his better runs. If he's gonna stick around for a while, I feel like he could pull that. But I don't really understand why anybody's against like a tag team competitor having like a singles run at the same time. Like the fuck, what's the difference? Like, why y'all hating? If we gonna merge the brands anyway, we need more going on. But we'll just see, man. All of this is it's too messy. All the working parts ain't spinning at the same time type shit. It's like one part to start spinning, but it's like we need all of them spinning at the same time. But then once this part is done, then this part can start. Like, I don't like the machinery. You know what I'm saying? That shit needs upgrades. Whatever. Natty and Shayna Baszler interrupted Natty. I'm not Natty. Naomi and Sasha. Let's get Natty and Shayna Baszler out the way. Natty's on TV too much this week. Like, if you go to NXT, that needs to be like you going to the, not I say the doldrums, but like you going to another part of the WWE universe that you ain't gonna be back from until you're done with that. But Natty on doing it like this, like, I forgot whatever Natty was doing on Raw, if she was even there. Looking at Natty on NXT was fine. Natty on SmackDown trying to go for this now, it's like, Shayna Baszler and Natty would be the only ones to look like a credible threat for the Women's Tag Team Championships. We're not even going to speak to why that is an issue. But, I mean, they're probably going to have a good match. It's four damn sure good ones in there. They look like they're going to be able to work together. If I'm looking at a potential weak link that would need to step up to match wits with everybody else in there, it's probably going to be Trent. Team Bad is going to have to keep up with two real fast pros in Shayna Baszler and Natty. We all know that they're more than likely going to retain, but at the same time, man, I'm not crazy about this one. Just with the strength. Like, I guess I'll be excited for the match once it's happening, if they could really work together well. But as far as like building this, I'm not writing home about this shit. It's not like I'm not anticipating this, and then it's like I feel like Naomi still got way more clout than just coming out here sharing a song with Sasha. Not even coming out with a name. I can give them this. Matching outfits. They came through with somewhat of a name, but it ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really solid just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at them wearing matching PJs, which are adorable onesies. And, you know, that's it. Like I'm not really seeing like they called them what is that Boss Glow, but it ain't really like that Boss said that glow. Like I'm feeling it, but I'm not really feeling it because it still feels kind of put together with the Elmer's glue. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going crazy. Like at least give us some Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm saying? Like something. I like the looks on all of them though. Like it might be something. They ain't even glowing the belts up. You know what I mean? Like shoot, why can't Sasha come out first and then Naomi come out and then they go down to the ring with Naomi music? Oh no, because she needs Sasha's music. Like Sasha's music is not even all that pumping. It's fun, but I mean, it ain't pumping the way Naomi music is pumping. The people might get them a little more into it. You know, it might be a little bit more of a vibe when they on the apron. I'm just saying if they gonna be a tag team, that's not gonna get broken up by Bailey in like a month. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see. But let's move forward, man. What we got after that? Madcap, Angel. Everybody likes Madcap, man. Everybody likes Madcap. We do that there. Oh, there was a segment in the back with Ricochet and Aaliyah. I remember that one, but I can't remember what it was. Like the women's division needs so much more right now. Like, yo, you need to just come to the agreement that the line needs to be dropped, and in-ring skills and capability along with promo work needs to be put to the forefront. Like, period. Like, I'd even take a month off of like 95% of the women that need to do that, and then just revamp the entire division. But we all know that they clearly don't care about the women's division. They feel about the women's division the same way they care about the tag division. And speaking of not caring about some shit, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, lumberjack match. Too many elements. It's too PG for me. Back in my days, when it was Attitude, it was a lumberjack match. Oh, you outside the ring. Oh, now we stomping you out. Nah, and then you getting back in the ring. Some cats is deciding to carry him back in. Like, why would you have baby faces in a lumberjack match? And even if they are in a lumberjack match, why are they not in the mindset of kicking ass and keeping them in the ring? Like, and this is exactly what I mean when it comes to looking at Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. And clearly Drew is just passing his time by. Like, man, go on a protest, strike that shit. Everybody need to strike working with the Sami Zayn character, honestly. Like, if they want you to work with Sami Zayn, you ain't getting much out of it, bro. Like, I'm really not feeling it. It's a phony character. I don't even want to care to see him get beat up. I just care to see him off my TV at this point. I tried to have a lot of faith in the El Generico character back in the day, and we all know he could wrestle. But just like I said, kind of when I let open with this, everybody can go. I don't see what Sami Zayn brings to the table, honestly. Like everyone else might, want to say, "Oh no, he's a great wrestler and he's awesome on the promo and he's better than most of the roster." I think I just look for things differently, and he ain't it. It's a lot of things I don't like on a product, and he's one of them. Like, just on some, I'm really feeling like it's about to be turned off TV. Now they fight in a cage match. Oh, but the show is taped. Oh, well, that shit is about to not be looked at, because they lucky that shit even went in the main event. You see how they did that. So they going to have another week of Sami Zayn in the main event. Sami Zayn ain't main event for me. He not my main event. Get him the fuck out of here. So, no. And then, I'm sorry that has to even go down on Drew like that, but, let's move forward. So then we got Raw Monday. Seth, and Cody. Yes, so what we missed, I did get to see it. So Seth and Cody promo, not bad. Sasha beat Rhea and Liv. And then Rhea turned on Liv. Let's see. Liv was slow that match, now that I'm thinking about it. Liv had two spots, one from the top and then another one in like the corner on the backstabber. Extra slow. Not a good look, bro. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she should go look for some cheat sheets from like some other matches that she had that were like really good. You know what I mean? Just off the game tapes, and then apply that to the in ring, because she's way better, and I think she has a lot of like hidden talent that a lot of people either sleep on or just don't know about. Like, again, I think she could be a lot faster in the ring. I've seen her be faster in the ring, but I think she be trying too hard. You know what I mean? Like when she's like literally in there being physical, like, so her timing goes all the way off. Like, nah, so you just got to be in there and flow with the match. You know what I mean? Like, Liv is still going through that shit that the ladies were going through in their first women's ladder match for the Money in the Bank. Everybody was way too pretty that match. No one wanted to fuck up their makeup, so they were looking real clunky and blocky. But that's a whole nother vibe in itself. What do we got next? That's all I got for the ladies tag team segment. Liv needs to step up a little bit more. Bianca Belair to a Sonya Deville's side. Nah, fuck that. I'll just end up getting fired. Like, I see it now. And then Sonya Deville is taking advantage of the perks of her position. So, when it comes to that, and Sonya Deville, it comes to the question of whether or not she should remain an authority figure and then stay in the ring, or whether or not she should just go back to the in-ring clearly and fully. I feel like we're still going to need more women. Sonya Deville delivered a very heartfelt promo. You could tell most of that shit was from the heart in general. Like, even if it was scripted, it's like, nah, she was waiting around to see who's going to be the best. I feel like her and Bianca going to have a really good one. This one I haven't seen yet. I know Sonya could go. I've been waiting for Sonya to go. I've been fucking with Sonya since, what was that, the days of Tough Enough. So, it's, we just going to see how it play out. As far as her being, like, the authority figure that, takes advantage of her power the wrong way. It's finally starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm not going to hold you. Finally. Yeah, I mean, it took long enough, but finally. So now she about to go back to singles and ring shit. What's this investigation? They looking into all her motherfucking abuse of the powers. Shoot. I mean, if she getting a report that most of these cats in the community need some copyright strikes. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm going to be balanced and fair. Like, if we looking at everybody, you know what I mean? You need to look at everybody. Because at the end of the day, if we looking at Sonya Deville, like, she ain't doing something a little right. And they might need to go check Gorilla, because the way they be putting these matches together just off the strength, shit, you might even want to go check Pierce. That might be a good idea. Like, no, it won't. Like, shut up, nigga, take your time. Like, why Pierce not that pro? Pierce need to have he be having some moments where he do too much. But I'm talking, like, take it down this much. Just one peg, take it back. That's it, though. Other than that, I'm liking Pierce right now. He's starting to feel a lot more, I mean, he's been Gucci, but now it's like he's putting in a more noticeable amount of, like, camera time. Maybe he's sitting in front of the mirror practicing. Maybe he's working on his voice. Maybe he's not doing anything at all, but he's Gucci. Veer, Jeff Brooks. When he's not doing the eye-crossing thing, the intensity that he has is really, really feelable through screen, and I fucks with that shit. Like, I enjoyed looking at him hit his little accolade type, you know what I mean? Like, he's not bad. I'm not going crazy about him yet, because I don't see him enough. But Veer, I've heard good things, and it's like I can see why there are good things being said. Ezekiel defeated Chad Gable via disqualification. Whatever that lie detector test was, man, I didn't get to see it. I'm glad it went. They clearly on the Hulu version of things, they was saying we gonna have to make a choice. It's either we gonna give these cats on Hulu the wedding segment, or we're gonna give them the lie detector test. They got the wedding segment. Well, we got the wedding segment. Y'all got the lie detector test. I mean, it looks like it might get people over. Chad Gable is in a really good spot for that right now, too. So, DQ victory for Ezekiel over Gable. Nobody's hurt. That's fine. And then that whole looking strong, looking weak shit. I'm not even a fan of that. Like, you could go down for 2 weeks and still not look weak to me, but maybe that's just me being biased. Street Profits defeated RK Bro next. Street Profits acting real heel right now. A little more attitude. I need more. Oh, and then Bianca got the $1 fine also, which didn't even make motherfucking sense. I mean, I guess, but whatever. What else? This is a 3-hour show. Good Lord. Theory beating Finn Balor was a little obvious. The old man coming out to celebrate it with him, not as obvious. Um, there's an opportunity here to completely revamp the whole United States Championship picture. Not open challenges, but Theory could pedestal himself. If anything, with the Universal Championship and the World Championship being unified finally, I think there's a there's a shot here to make the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship a lot more credible. But we're not gonna take advantage of this. Like the IC Championship don't got no story. Jinder Mahal does not deserve the Intercontinental Championship at all. Whatever little bit of clout that title got, whatever little bit of shine that title got, is about to go away if that shit goes on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal gets the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not watching those segments until pay per view time. Excuse me, until premium live event time. I'm not against Jinder, but at the same time, just looking at how they threw Jinder in there, regardless if it was good for business, sometimes when it comes to making an investment, you have to take a couple of hits, and then you'll eventually see the return. They threw Jinder in thinking he was going to be an immediate hit, and it's like, nah. As soon as y'all was done with that little India promotion, y'all should have got the title directly off of him, or he shouldn't have got it to begin with. Like, I can understand the business shit because you're trying to get as much money as possible, but at the same time, I don't know, man. So I'm not with this Jinder getting the Intercontinental Championship shit. That needs to not happen. Ricochet need another solid victory. Period in the story. Jinder could go somewhere else and like try to get it popping, but Jinder going for essentially the top championship on SmackDown right now, not a thing. Theory going for the top championship on Monday Night Raw, I'll take it. Having the top championship on Monday Night Raw, I'll take it. And when I say top championship, I'm talking about United States Championship because the Universal stuff clearly is in a space that nobody knows right now. Who's taking on Roman at WrestleMania Fallout? When the last time I heard anybody using this, switching the names on motherfucking anything outside of the Saudi shows? I'm just gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to hear some rumblings in the community about some new names with the WrestleMania backlash. Like it took a couple of years. I didn't hear nobody come with it last year. What was it? Maybe Rematch Mania. But after that, I haven't heard anything. But I'm starting to hear some. If I gotta start trying to line up the times, nobody's gonna give that much of a fuck. But I mean, I would need a reason to edit some shit in. Like, look who's biting where. Just saying. Just saying. Don't fucking gash yourself. Who's he talking to? Who's he talking to? I don't need that sort of attention yet, because I'll end up getting the views and the attention. Like I already know where to go to get the base. Damn. But we here 45 minutes talking that shit. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there acting like Theory. So who in the world is Finn Balor? I know who Finn Balor is. Somebody that needs to be trusted a little bit more with the ball in the company. But then he went back to main roster and he got the coup de grace. I don't like that move. I thought Finn was alright when he went back to NXT and was doing 1916. Excuse me. Coup de grace 1916 knockout finish. And then I was good with him, but now he's back to main roster, straight coup de grace finish. I'm not against him. I think he's still good. Like he's good, but whatever, man. Love and Chaos were in the air for the double commitment ceremony between Dana Brooke and Reggie, and Tamina and Akira Tozawa was officiated by R-Truth. After some objections and smooching, Reggie made his big move and captured 24/7 title. Tamina then take it, only to have Tozawa get his hands on it before Dana Brooke reclaimed it and took a lift from R-Truth to straight to her 24/7 honeymoon. That's the most that segment is getting from me because, yikes. KO was defeated by Cody Rhodes by countout. You want something? 1.4 hour 3. let me see 1.4 hour 3 for another month, and then we'll start really talking about ratings. In between that, it's 45 minutes, my niggas. I appreciate you if you actually stuck around for this long. Um, I don't really have any news updates as far as like what's coming on the channel. I got other things I actually need to take care of, like as a man and a father. You know what I mean? Like only some people are gonna understand that part. And you don't even have to have kids to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we definitely here doing this, but we definitely got other things we can scrapping with, you know, in the real life front. So, you know, we round. And I perfectly appreciate you at least pulling up. So what you gonna do is, for me, you gonna motherfucking hit that subscribe button. You gonna hit the thumbs up, and then we'll get back to y'all with some more stuff. As you know, the subscriber box fills up. Don't make me come looking for you, please. It's Neon. I'm gonna catch y'all next time, man. Stay up to them.